Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. I got videos today from Beast Mode Smooth Reacts.
You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand, and women are not in demand anymore.
Correct. 100%.
All right, guys, gotta talk about this fascinating story from this content creator. Her name is Brianna. Definitely leave a link in the description. You guys go ahead and support her channel. Yeah, she's going to be cautioning men in 2026 to avoid these modern women, right? It doesn't make sense to be dating out here as a man if you want to protect your peace here, because these modern women nowadays, yeah, there's something else. She's gonna be breaking it down. Not gonna be doing too much talking in this video. I'm gonna let her cook here. Let's take a look.
I have a very important question that we should all ask ourselves. That question is, why should a man want a woman in 2026? Why should a man that is single, that is already living his life, possibly disrupt his life by taking on a woman? The reason I ask this question is because I think that a lot of us women have a very outdated mindset.
They do.
Women are not what they used to be.
Nope.
The image of a woman has been tainted
Correct.
by ourselves. We have totally destroyed our image. Anything positive that used to come to mind when you thought of a woman,
Yeah, the whole empathy. Now we think about empathy. No, women really don't have any of it. Nurturing. Are women really that nurturing? We see how they use their kids against us. So like all of the little accolades that women used to have, they used to be soft and feminine. None of them are soft and feminine anymore. They used to be virtuous, not virtuous anymore.
we have dismantled, and we don't piece together the fact that dismantling our image comes with consequences. So again, I ask you to ask yourself, why should a man want a woman in 2026? We get on the internet and we sit up and we bash men all day long. All day long, all we do is talk crap about what a man isn't doing and what a man is doing that we don't like, how we don't want to live with a man, how men are acting like females, how men aren't doing enough, men aren't giving enough, what they do isn't good enough, how they behave isn't good enough, they don't look good enough, they don't have enough money. We are just
Damn, she's going through it.
going on and on and on, talking crap about men all day long. That's point one. Point two, we have totally taken the mystery away out of being a woman.
Correct.
Back in the day, women didn't discuss certain things. Certain things were kept between the girls.
The amount of sex talk and the amount of women talking about, you know, men's penises and stuff in public is staggering nowadays.
Now we've gotten online acting like the men don't process and see the same internet we do.
Exactly. I always say it.
A quick buck for our secrecy, for our mystery. You can get online and you can see how women do their hair. You can see how women do their makeup. You can see how women get cheap clothes off of Shein or wherever they get them from. We got our hygiene tips on there. We've got dating tips. We talk about what we do and don't do on the first date. We talk about all these things, just sharing every single thing about ourselves.
Big facts. And I've said this before, where modern women are using TikTok and social media as a digital diary, right?
Correct.
They're literally spilling the beans when it comes to their ideologies and how they really think behind the scenes. And that's why I've even said before, use these videos for research purposes.
Correct.
Right? Extract the resource and the information up out of these videos, because they're literally telling on themselves, right? They're literally telling you that they're going to use men for money. They're literally telling you how poorly they view men.
This is exactly why we cover so many of these stories, because there's some people that still don't believe it. There's a lot of people still don't believe that women are actually this conniving, that this evil, this much of a succubus, that are using men to such a degree that they plan out everything. A lot of men don't believe this. Other women don't believe this. And all we do is just show it to them. The women themselves telling on themselves.
And how they're going to play these games to get what they want, rinse and repeat.
You can see how women do their makeup. You can see how women get cheap clothes off of Shein or wherever they get them from. We got our hygiene tips on there. We've got dating tips. We talk about what we do and don't do on the first date. We talk about all these things, just sharing every single thing about ourselves. We tell stories about our stupidity and dumb things we do. We talk about how we have no standards, and you may not think that that's what you're talking about. But when you're telling these stories about dumb stuff that you did, or
dumb men sticking it in you and blasting inside you,
certain stories about situations that you've been in, what you're saying is, I don't have standards.
Correct.
And most women don't have standards anyways, but that's a whole separate video coming very soon. So we get on the internet, we crap on our men, we share all of our secrets about ourselves to where they're no longer secrets anymore. What would make a man want us? Then to top it all of that off, there's all this free corn everywhere. And even if you're a man where you want the real thing, there's women on here sharing basically that they'll do anything for some dinner. There's women out here that are sleeping with men for dinner. There's one of us sleeping for men for just the smallest thing. So we're giving out all the tips, all the secrets, telling all the things about ourselves. So
can you imagine back in the day, sex was marriage. To be able to get sex, you had to get married to that person. That's a big sacrifice. Now, to get sex, I pay for dinner or whatever it is. Yeah, no standards nowadays for women.
There's no secrecy anymore. There's no anything anymore. What is the selling point for us? What do we bring? And you get mad when someone says, what do you bring to the table? Because we're asking men to bring so much. We want men to do it all. We want men to still be the men of yesteryear while us not being the women of yesteryear. We don't want to cook. We don't want to clean. We don't want to provide and cater to a man's needs. We don't want to do anything but receive everything. And we want to talk down to our men. We want to mistreat our men, but it still expect them to be gentlemen and decency. And it's so funny to me how women are always online talking about how men are acting like females. And you're saying it in a derogatory way, which means you are self-admitting that you know that the image of a woman is a negative thing. If you're saying that men are acting like this and it's a bad thing, that means that you're behaving badly and you know it, and you're not calling it out.
Damn. I love this girl. Like she hit it right on the head.
Not changing herself. So again, in these hard economic times, in these hard political times, in these hard, difficult, challenging spiritual times, you think that it's a good idea for a man to take on a woman? These same women who are getting online expressing how ungrateful they are, taking men's children away, putting men on child support, taking half of their stuff when they get divorced, just causing chaos in their life, causing drama. On top of that, you have to compete with this corn. And I don't blame people. I don't blame anyone. You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand, and women are not in demand anymore.
They are not?
Yo, she is cooking. These over-sexualized
I feel the heat.
modern women have saturated the market where you can find a 304 like it's nothing. It's raining 304s.
I mean, just open up Instagram and just scroll a little bit, and there you have it.
Right? I mean, that ain't saying anything. And that's why I've said the box. I mean, that's nothing. Right? You got 304s giving up the box left, right, and center. The box is more easier to get more than ever before. Right?
Correct.
I mean, hey, you got a couple dollars in your pocket.
That's what I said. The standard used to be, to get my box, you had to marry me. Now, to get my box, I need a $200 dinner. like, what is better? Marriage, full commitment, take care of you, or $200 dinner or whatever Birkin bag or what the hell they get for it?
Yeah, these chicks will do strange things for a little change.
Strange for
or
change.
attention. You got some clout, you got a little bit of clout, a little bit of fame, you know, a little bit of money in your pocket. She's gone. So she's absolutely right here. She's definitely cooking. What's the selling point? If a whole bunch of guys or the public can see the goods, right? There's nothing left to the imagination. I just need to scroll on your TikTok or social media, view you half naked. Why would I work 60 plus hours a week, protect and provide, make all the sacrifices?
Remember beast mode. Most of these women's Instagrams, you can literally see the outline of their pussies, right? All of them have very camo toe thirst traps there. So you can pretty much see everything already, just, you know, with the clothes on.
When it's just available for everybody, right? There's no selling point, as she mentioned. There's no real incentive. There's nothing that's going to entice me to put myself in a position to possibly get married or to take on the responsibility of a modern woman, right? These modern women, unfortunately, have been coddled to when it comes to society, right? They got the sisterhood and, you know, the delusion of society telling them that they're special and they're a queen and all this other stuff. When in reality, they're just doing what every other woman's doing nowadays in society, right? If a woman really wanted to be special and really wanted to stand out, she would go against the grain when it comes to over-sexualizing herself. She
Be modest and a virgin.
would go against
Boom.
the grain when it comes to having a rotation of men, extracting and extrapolating resources up out of men, right? She would have some sort of respect for herself, self-respect, and basically say, no, I'm not going to go along with the get along. I'm going to respect myself and ultimately, you know, be a woman of virtue, right? This is how a woman would be special in 2026 and beyond. But let's keep going.
I would not advise any man unless you just want that. I'm not surprised if you don't want a woman. Who would?
Again, this is why I always say, as much as I love for you guys to have families, I really do, I totally understand the MGTOW point of view. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. I don't push for it. Obviously, I mention it all the time that I want you guys to have families, but I'm not like, oh, you have to do it or you're some fucking nobody or something. No. You're allowed to choose what you want to choose. I just hope some of you choose family. That's all I hope for.
Who would? What women are out here that are worth wanting when there's all these risks? It's all risk and little to no reward. And we get on the internet and we make it, we display it every single day. When you're taking on a woman, all you're doing is taking on challenges. And the main reason to still want a woman, which is to have children, half of y'all have gotten online and made it clear that y'all don't even want to be mothers anymore. Y'all don't
That's the other thing, girl. You're right. Yeah. A lot of them came online and said they don't want to be mothers. They already automatically got discounted by men and they don't realize that.
have children. So what is the point? What is the point? What is the incentive? Why are we acting like we don't understand? Why are we walking around still thinking that we're the prize, thinking that someone should want us when we're not giving anything worth wanting? What are you worth that's worth wanting? What about you is worth the risk that you come with? When you're letting all these women online represent womanhood in such a nasty way every single day, and you're in the comments condoning it, instigating it, egging it on, yes girl, yes queen, waving your fingers, praising this behavior, and you're surprised when these men don't want you besides to sleep with you. And the funny thing is, a lot of them don't even care about that anymore.
Yeah, why? That is sad, isn't it? That men don't even care about the sleeping part with, they don't even care about the sex anymore. They're perfectly fine with corn and video games.
Because it is much more easy and enjoyable to be in your own home, please yourself if that's what you're into, and roll over than have to deal with all of the problems and issues and drama that comes with women in 2026. So please ask yourself this question before you go to yourself and have a pity party. I need a man. Where's the men? Men aren't the same anymore. Ask yourself, are you the same as a woman? Are you worth it? I strongly doubt it. We as a whole are diminishing our value every single day, and it's over. It's a wrap. There's no undoing it. This is what you all have decided. This is what we have decided as a whole. Live with it, deal with it, and ultimately
at least try to correct
the consequences. Evolve.
Yeah, there we go.
You've made it this way, so it's time to evolve. I love y'all. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys, so there you have it. So shout outs to her for keeping it real and standing on business, because she's basically saying, what's the point, right? High value, high productive, high capable man. A man that's protecting his peace, building himself up, trying to be the best version of yourself. For you to only deal with a quarrelsome woman, to deal with a woman that's out here thonting and bopping. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Now, I mentioned yesterday by 2030, 45 to 50% of modern women will be single and childless. I think somebody in the comment section said it's more like 70%. Listen, the way things are going nowadays, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it either. If that number balloons up to 70%, the way things...
I mean, if it balloons to 70%, we're kind of doomed as a society.
They're happening nowadays. It's just crazy, the downfall of modern women and how they really think. And in my opinion, it comes down to the money, right? It's there's more money to be made when women are going to school, okay, racking up student debt. There's more money to be made for women to be out here
credit card
workforce, working overtime, not being mothers, not prioritizing family, right? They start to pay taxes more.
Create a whole new industry of childcare because they're working,
and add more into the system when it comes to being in debt and all this other stuff. It's, you know, money to be made when it comes to divorce and marriage, right? A lot of businesses, a lot of entities are getting paid,
correct,
from that alone, right? It's a money printing business when it comes to marriage and divorce. Right. And I think the higher ups, if you will, society, whatever you want to call it, they know that. They know that. Right. There's no real money in women being women. Right. Taking care of their family, staying at home, being mothers. Right. There's no real money in that. Right. So what you're seeing is a lot of these modern women taking the bait, being programmed and indoctrinated to be these boss babe, independent queens, right? I don't need a man. I'm good on my own. You know, men are this, men are that. I can break up a happy home at any given time because society, social media, and TikTok is going to have my back. They're going to champion my delusion and basically breaking up a happy home to say that I'm prioritizing my happiness, right? There's going to be a subsection of women that's basically going to coddle to her emotions and feelings and make her feel like she's doing the right thing, right? This is the society that we're living in. These modern women are incentivized to be radical, over-sexualize themselves, not give a damn about family, and take on the feminist talking points when it comes to what's happening out here. I've even seen women throw away their whole religion to defend feminist talking points.
That's
right?
crazy.
This is where we're at when it comes.
I mean, we've seen women literally toss away their family for feminist talking points.
Comes to modern women. Now, I do want to take a look at the comment section just to see what the folks have to say. Let's take a look. First commenter says, the best thing the internet ever did for men was allow women to be honest, be themselves, record it, and upload it.
True.
Next commenter says,
we
men
talk about
have
that all the time.
collectively said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Next commenter says, men don't want nasty attitudes. We just want to be respected and treated with dignity. It's not rocket science. Yeah, so there you have it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that.
Shout out to Brenda for that one. Hey, she's going against the sisterhood, going against the grain, telling everybody what they actually need to hear. At least the women need to hear, right? Are they going to take heed? Probably not. But if there's more women like her constantly giving out this advice, it might penetrate some things. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time.